The scholarship found me. I didn't apply for it. I wasn't looking for it. In fact, I didn't even know it existed at all. Coincidence or God? Some people would call this story a coincidence. I used to be one of them. This is the story of The Scholarship Found Me. I sometimes substitute teach at a local high school. One day, I got a call asking if I would cover 2 weeks for an agricultural science teacher who was about to go out on maternity leave. She also led the school's FFA chapter. When I met with her, she showed me her lesson plan for the 2 weeks. I was supposed to teach the students about the history of the FFA and the men who helped start it. That's when I saw the name I knew, Harry Sanders. Most people would just see a name in a lesson plan, but to me, that name was family. When my grandfather attended Virginia Tech, Harry Sanders was one of his professors. After my grandfather graduated, he actually went to work for Mr. Sanders. A few years later, my grandfather was drafted into the war. But before he left, Mr. Sanders made him a promise. If anything were to happen to him, he and his wife Julia would make sure my dad was raised in faith and had a chance to attend Virginia Tech. My grandfather was killed in the war when my dad was only 8 years old, and Mr. and Miss Sanders kept their promise. They had no children of their own, but they helped my dad and more than 30 other students attend Virginia Tech. After my dad graduated, got married, and was commissioned in the Air Force, he began paying Mr. Sanders back every single month. When I was a little boy, my dad paid the loan off to Pop. That's what I knew him as. Mom and Pop Sanders were my special grandparents that we spent every single Thanksgiving with. My dad sent one more check just for the interest. Pop sent the check back with a simple note. He said, "That was not my agreement with your father, nor my agreement with you. But I fully expected you to send me that interest check. Thank you." My dad took that return check and started the scholarship in Harry Sanders' name. Years later, I'm standing in a high school classroom, substitute teaching for a teacher who attended Virginia Tech on the Harry Sanders Scholarship. And the lesson she left me to teach? Harry Sanders and the history of the FFA. Looking back, I don't just see a random sub-assignment. I see a family promise. I see a legacy. I see God reminding me that the seeds planted in one generation can still bear fruit in another. So what do you think? Coincidence or God? You can decide for yourself. But I tell you what I believe. God is in the details. There are more stories like this in my book, Control Freak, the Least Valuable Player. And follow for the next story that made me ask, coincidence or God?